So this is my first video of this channel. What I wanted to talk about was just what my intentions kind of were with the channel and sort of an overview of what I've been through and just my thoughts on where I want this to go. It really just comes down to me wanting to speak my mind about these awakening topics. It's really something that I think about all the time. I love thinking about it. I love figuring this stuff out. I love working on it, reading about it, watching other YouTube videos. So it's just a way for me to sort of share my thoughts and experiences in sort of an environment where you know, people can give you feedback, or we can have discussions and you can ask questions or whatever. Really lucky to actually have this opportunity to use something like YouTube to be able to share thoughts, because this kind of topic is really hard, I find, to find people to to talk to about it, because most people just don't even believe you, and other people who are going through the process, you know, sometimes you don't connect with them, or I mean, the process just seems to be, you know, two people can be at sort of the same place in the process, but they're just perceiving it in such a different way, and their methods for activating the different steps are just so different that there can be a total disconnect there. So it can be sometimes very, most of the time it's very isolating, the whole awakening process. So a bit about me. A few years ago, the awakening process began for me. Actually, before that, the thing that led me to it was, I mean, I grew up a very sort of sensitive kid and didn't have the greatest parents. Just gave me really extremely low self-esteem. I suffered anxiety, depression, panic attacks, poor social skills, lots of sort of issues like that just basically made my life pretty much miserable 99% of the time. You know, ran to drugs for a while and did the standard thing where we all sort of chase external ways to get happy, relationships, things, people, money, jobs, all that sort of stuff. And then eventually I just got led to the whole awakening thing, and I was chasing that like crazy for a couple of years, and then 3 years ago, well, nearly 3 years ago, the process started for me. I can remember very clearly how I activated the process, what I did differently to what I was doing for the years prior. So that's one thing that I will share in a later video. I can remember very specifically, and I think I might be able to help people with that. And from there, the awakening itself, at the start, it was one of probably the most scariest, one of the most scariest moments of my life. Just what I went through, and also one of the most saddest, I guess, or I just had a lot of sorrow and sadness and loss and grief come up when I first went through that stage. Just finding out that everything you've ever thought was true just isn't. There is no self, even though it's the smallest part of the realization. That first one, it just knocked me for six, realizing that, you know, everything I've ever done or felt or thought is just based on that fundamental illusion of self. I really struggle with it, so that's something that I'll be able to talk about. And I mean, I got stuck at certain stages, and I remember very specifically how I got through them. Lots of fears and lots of dealing with loneliness and things like that. So I've had a very negative experience through it all. But I mean, it's been nearly 3 years now, and I'm getting deeper into it. And I mean, there are the good parts is still very slowly starting to show themselves. Just you know, the background of peace all the time, and sort of senses of I guess connection with others, and you know, more compassion and all that sort of stuff. So it's been a long ride. So yeah, that's really all I wanted to say. Hopefully I'll make a few videos about the stuff that I've just the stuff I was talking about. If you want to chat or have any questions, or, you know, want any sort of guidance or anything, just hit me up. Feel free to shoot me a line. Cheers, guys.